Welcome everyone. We are live with Evan Sitzman. He is a newly certified coach through Macro Millionaire, so we're pumped. And he's the fitness business is nothing new to him. He owns a gym here in Indiana, owner of Physical Resilience Training. Actually, I love that, man. Evan, can you talk to me? Like, how did you come up with that name? Because I like that term, resilience.
The name, everything behind the name really is resilience. I have a military background. I like acronyms, like simple letters. I kind of joke, I've been training for a long time and people don't even remember how to spell my own name. And it's 4 letters. So let's try to keep it as simple as possible. If someone's trying to pay me money, write me a check. Even then, people still get it wrong. So the name resilience is really just adapt and overcome to a challenge that you're currently facing. And anybody, almost, at any age can go through or at least explain or relate with some form of a story. Finance, 2020 as a whole, and injury, what to do with nutrition, how much water to drink, sleep, any hormonal issues, anything that's a challenge. I want to try and find, at least in my own power, an answer to that. So that's the name resilience. That's where it comes from.
Cool, very cool. So kind of helping people build that resilience in themselves. It's like
Yes,
we're not
yes.
born with a callus, but if I'm a sewer and I keep pricking my thumb, my body's resilience develops that callus, and now I can go on and sew for the rest of my life or whatnot.
Absolutely.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about like your story. You own a gym. What got you into health and fitness and now nutrition?
So I have a military background. As soon as I got out of the military, went to college for exercise science. I was on a path for pre-physical therapy. Got injured when I was younger, and I love the therapy process. It's probably kind of rare, but I loved being helped. And I wanted to be able to kind of give back and serve and do that same thing one day. My first few years in school, got to shadow and be around a lot of people in the industry, and it was excellent. That was the best thing that that could have ever happened to me in college, because I was around a lot of therapists and happiness. I definitely want to be really happy with the decisions that I make in my life, not only for financial reasons. And I didn't want to continue school for 4 or 5 more years to become a physical therapist if I wasn't completely sold on it, if I didn't know if it was going to make me truly happy. So all the trainers that I shadowed and I was around, they seemed like extremely happy to me. They're very satisfied with their with what they're doing in life. So I got a simple certification, knew nothing, and just kind of went that route, and dove straight into the trenches. And I've kind of been there ever since, learning, the hard way, but learning in-person training. It was very challenging, but you have to learn a lot, ask a lot of questions. So that's, I've been doing that for, over a decade now. But that's the short story to how I got started, my story now.
Gotcha. I love it. I love what you said that, hey, I like to get help to myself. I think we all do. That's how we get better. And I think a lot of people really limit their growth by not allowing themselves to be helped or not even asking for help. And then, what I'm hearing is you saw what that did for you, and now you're able to kind of provide that for other people.
Absolutely.
So very cool. So do you have like a typical client that you normally work with, or do you kind of do general populations, or who, kind of speak to that a little bit.
I would say primarily general population. What's great about my personality is if someone asks me for help, I genuinely take pride and joy in helping that person. Young kids are fairly tough. You have to be very focused, and you have to, try to get them very focused, and especially if they have a lot to learn. Sure. But outside of kids and their challenges, I love training anyone, but most of my clients are general population.
Okay, awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So do you do anything in specific? Because another thing that stood out is what you said is keeping it simple. And man, that is so true. If you think of like busy moms and dads, they got this going on, the kiddos running around. That's really what I found in 20 plus years of nutritional coaching. They need simple. So is there any specific things that you do to help kind of simplify just not just necessarily on the nutrition realm, but the whole holistic, the whole health and fitness process? Anything that you do to kind of help keep it simple, because I believe simple is sustainable.
So if I don't think, or if I don't find a way to make something simple, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
So if I can't do it, then I don't expect how can I expect anybody else to follow the same rules? So, regardless of what it is in training, if I need to research a little bit more, if I need to read more, if I need to go to more seminars, I'll do that. So I learn enough so that things are simple. And that's how I apply my training. Try to make sure everything is as simple as possible. I talk as little as possible. I show as little as possible to get the best result that I can possibly get. And at any time, I can always say more or do more or show more if I need to, or if someone's asking me. So
Sure.
as simple as possible.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's cool because I know we were just talking offline and you're like, hey, if I need to go to a seminar, if I need to go to a training, I know you just got another certification through us. So that's really cool because it's, you're on, have the opportunity to be on several calls during the week with us, constantly training. Tonight, we're going to learn about emotional eating from our director of education. That's going to be live. I'm looking forward to that. So I love that you said that because I see some people in the industry it's like they're the one and done. They go and they get a certification and then all of a sudden that's it. They kind of stop growing. And it's like, man, even if you have your PhD, Erica just got her PhD in holistic nutrition. She's continuing. We're signed up for like 17 seminars towards the end of the year because if you're not growing, you're not being able to pour new information and the latest information into your clients.
Right. It truly never ends. The learning process, it can never end.
Yeah, 1,000%. I think that really helps it keep. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're an educator for your clients.
Right.
You're teaching them, or you're not showing or giving them a fish and saying, "Good, you get to eat today." You're showing them how to throw and cast that pole and pick fish up and grill them and catch different fish, so they can eat for a lifetime.
Right. That's one of the primary reasons why I needed more education with nutrition. Is, I've been doing this for a long time, and like I've went up and down a little bit, but I've always stayed fairly lean and muscular for a long time, primarily because it's my job. I view it almost like I need to be a good role model, so it's very important to me. But if I can't sell someone on how important nutrition is, maybe they don't need to be educated. Maybe I need to educate myself, and I need to get better. I need to get a little bit smarter, more educated, so I can help them even more. So that's what led me on the path to getting certified nutrition. I need to learn more.
That is awesome, Evan. That's a very humble way to look at it. And it's very, what I would consider a responsible way to look at it. Because I think a lot of people would point the fingers outward.
And it's easy to do that. Yeah. It's too easy to do that.
Right. That's why so many people do it.
Yeah, right.
No, that is really, really cool. So, I mean, I'm excited. So how could someone contact you? So maybe someone's watching this in Wisconsin or Hawaii or wherever they're at in the world, and they're like, man, I want to get to know this guy's process more. I want to get to know his nutrition program more. How can they plug into you? How can they contact you?
So the name Physical Resilience Training, we have a website, Facebook, Instagram. You can also give a quick PRT just to make it really simple. You could find all our social media websites either way, PRT or Physical Resilience Training.
Awesome. All right. Very, very cool. So cool. Well, Evan, I appreciate you talking to us, man. I think that people would have, or I know that people would have huge benefit. I mean, you said you've been in the gym industry 10 years now, correct?
Yeah, right.
So it's just so amazing because 10 years, but you're still growing, you're still pushing forward, you're still learning more. And it's like, so not only does a client get that 10 years of experience plus whatever you did before that, but everything else that you're going to do for that.
Everybody has their own, rate of learning, but it's taken me this long where I read things and it's getting to the point where it's even more fun now than it ever has been. It's tough. Sometimes it's kind of a grind to learn and train and there's just never enough time, right? Ever. But now I think that I've learned enough where everything is truly starting to be even more fun for me. So it's excellent.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. So actually, one other thing is, you've really pressed the education thing, and that's cool because I'm a big person of education, firm believer. What made you choose Macro Millionaire as far as the place that, hey, you're going to tribe up with, we're going to do the certification, we're going to launch this thing online and help as many people as we can?
In one word, I could say trust. I've known you for a long time. I've known Erica for a long time, and I followed your guys' journey for a very long time. And even when I first met you, I knew that you had a very high level of education. You had a lot of experience, and the more I was around you, the more I got to trust you. And it was really simple. I thought, I need more education. I need more experience. I need to learn from experience. And I trust you. I really trust everything that you had to give. I knew that you had put in all the time and all the effort, and you've taken care of most things for me. I just need to, get on the highway, the Macro Millionaire highway, and just keep going. So that's how.
No, that's awesome. And yeah, trust, I think, is a big thing, especially in today's world. And again, we talked a lot about growth. I think trust is one of those cool things, is it consistently grows as you establish those relationships, like over time.
Right. It's also, it means a lot because it's hard to find people that you can truly trust in this industry. It's so easy to, go on Facebook or Instagram, and if you don't know any better, you have to know a decent amount to know if someone's full of it.
Yeah, right.
So it's fairly easy to trust the wrong person if you're not watching out for yourself.
Man, that is so true. And that's actually part of our mission statement, is why we exist, is because there's so many coaches that either purposely are selling, elixir or, whatever nonsense. But I think some of these coaches, they're not like ill-hearted people. They really believe that they're nonsense that they're putting out because someone domesticated them on it. And, it kind of went through the cycles from one person to the other. And they really believe. So it makes them even tougher to trust because they really believe that their elixir and whatever it is helping someone.
Right. And if you may get to a certain point where if you know that you said something that's incorrect or false, it's even harder to go back and say that I'm sorry or that I was wrong. And not very many people are willing to do that.
Yeah. It's taking on that responsibility, that I said.
Right.
Earlier. No, that is awesome, man. Well, we're wishing you and your business all the success. You're going to continue to knock it out of the park. So
thank you.
That's kind of what lights us up, man. Is just every person that you help, that you get in better shape. And then obviously as you grow your business, man. So definitely always let us know when those things are happening. I know we're going to see you on trainings pretty much nightly, but we always love to hear client success. Maybe you're on a training, you don't speak up. Obviously shoot us a message being like, hey, I just had someone lose 40 pounds. I just helped someone beat their depression. I just saved someone's marriage, because we know those things happen in nutrition. You and I know this. So
yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Evan, thank you for your time this afternoon, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jesse.